In my mind, I see the movie really clearly. The first shot is the camera panning down on a beautiful tree-lined road. And you see this runner in the distance. And as you come in closer, you see that it's a woman. It's a happy scene. She's waving to people and seems quite happy. And as the camera comes closer, she's running toward the camera, and she has sunglasses on, and you start to see tears coming down her eyes. And you're baffled by it, because here's this what appears to be a happy woman, and she's not happy. She's got tears in her eyes. I can remember waking up in the morning, and for maybe 2 seconds, I would wake up thinking that everything was the same, and then it would hit me. Oh my God, I'm alone. And that pain would just flood me and stay with me all day until I went to bed and fell asleep. The next scene would be she walks into her living room, and now the camera pans the house. And it's just filled with family photos of her husband and her children and them together. And she looks at it all, and you get the feeling that something terrible has happened to her. After the divorce, actually it was not so much after the divorce, but after he left the house, I would see people in twos and realized I will never be in twos anymore. I was just one by myself. Or I'd see a car go by, and I'd say to myself, I'll never sit in the passenger side of a car again. I pulled in. I needed to be in my bedroom, locked away from the world, sort of licking my wounds and taking care of myself. I watched a lot of television, and I especially loved watching all the Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers movies. It was a great escape for me. They numbed the pain. But after a while, that didn't work anymore, and I knew that I couldn't handle this by myself. I needed to get some therapy, and that took some time. My therapist said to me, if you don't put your hand on the door and turn that door and get out of the house, you could spend the rest of your life in your room. And that frightened me because I didn't want that to happen. I wasn't really ready to go out into the world, but I was ready to go out into my backyard and control that and plan that. And I did. I planned a garden. I made a picture in my mind of what I wanted, and then I started to build it. And in a way, I could see that if I can build my yard and make something pretty out of this chaos, I could do the same with my life. And I realized it's a step-by-step procedure. There's no end to this movie yet because I'm just continuing, but I passed all those major hurdles that would have prevented me from putting my hand on the door. I've put my hand on the door. I've stepped out. I'm dating. I'm mapping out my life. I'm on my way.